Yair, first of all, thank you so much for taking time for this interview. I know you're with your family; they're literally right around us.
Yes.
And you're, enjoying Miami right after your fight at UFC 314 against Patricio Pitbull. Would you say this is the fight that you've left the most unscathed, maybe, or one of the?
Well, probably. I never expect like welcoming anybody from another company to the UFC, but since the UFC he made the honor, I was happy to do so, and doing it in such a way, it was great for my career.
Yeah.
Obviously, yes.
Yeah, because your fights are usually wars, and you end up at a hospital, or both fighters end up at a hospital. So I'm guessing it's nice to be able to enjoy Miami, enjoy. Yes,
it's like really awesome right now. I was just like putting my feet on ice, as you saw, and just making sure like the inflammation goes down. And but basically, you can see my face. I'm clean, healthy, which is awesome. I know a lot of was in stake for this fight, so I was like really strategic for this one. He was like super smart about the fight. He didn't want to do any mistakes, and that led the fight to be a little bit slow or like way more technical than you're used to see on my fights. But I'm also happy to show that face as well.
Yeah. Overall, how would you rate your performance in the fight? You seem pretty happy with what you were able to put out.
Yeah, I was reviewing the fight. How I rate my fight, I think it was an awesome fight, really technical fight, and I did what I had to do to get the win. I couldn't risk too much on losing this fight. I knew this guy has like a lot of experience. The most condecorated fighter in the Bellator history, 2-champ division. We saw him beating somebody like Michael Chandler in like less than a minute. So you're talking about somebody who has like true experience. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about when he's fighting. And I couldn't do any mistakes on this one. And I just made sure that I had the win.
Yeah, you showed a little bit of wrestling, and I know that's something that you've been training a lot. Do you wish you almost could have shown more, or are you content with the way how like things played out?
No, I'm content with how the things played out because obviously I still have more fights in me, and that's gonna show.
Yeah,
that's gonna show, and as I'm gaining more experience, I'll be able to show more and more what I'm capable of doing because I don't know how to explain it, man. Like whenever you see me training at the gym, I'm one of those guys that like I'm really good at the gym, but I'm just like for some reason I wasn't still able to like show that on the stage because it's obviously it's different, and being able to show a little more what I'm capable of doing, it was awesome, to finally show people that I know, that I also know what I'm like been working on and been doing.
Yeah, and you adapted well to Miami in the sense that you look like the most Miami fighter out there, like the whole fight week, everything. Obviously, you being Hispanic, helps a lot. Out of all the cities that you fought, like where would you rate Miami?
Wow, high up there. Obviously Mexico because it's my home country, but obviously being here in Miami, having like a huge Latino community, the beautiful weather here, beautiful culture. I'll rate Miami like right in the top.
Yeah, not a bad place to sit back and relax after the fight too, right? Like you don't have to get on a plane immediately.
Not at all. That's why. I wanted to stay here. Yeah.
That was awesome. And I gotta ask you now, as far as like what's next, you obviously made a call for the belt. Now Volkanovski has the title. So let's start here. Like, have you seen the fight with Diego? Were you able to see it?
No, I haven't reviewed it. I saw like some of the graphics.
Yeah.
And it was like almost 3 times more punches connected by Volkanovski than by Diego. That tells me a lot. And I was like kind of watching parts of the fight when I was doing the interviews, but I still haven't had time to like sit and review the fight because I've been with my family taking care of like everybody, making sure everybody makes it to the flight. I took my family to like a fishing trip to eat in a restaurant. So because after this I won't see them for months. So I was trying to make sure everything was set on that side. But now that I have time to sit back and relax, I'll make sure I go and review the fight. And I'll be really happy to fight against Volkanovski for the title next.
Is that, if you review the fight, is that out of curiosity or is that like as a fan or how, I guess like why?
No, like pure strategy. I don't like really put in like any feeling towards the fight. So I just have to like make sure that I completely know what I'm doing once I'm stepping inside that octagon again against Volkanovski. And, make sure that every single detail is clear for my next fight against him, and I can take advantage of all the situations.
I know a lot happens in fight night, but Dana and Hunter were there. I don't know if you got a chance to talk to them right after your fight.
I talked to him right on stage, right on the octagon. I went to Hunter. It was like, hey, man, that's one of your best performances ever. And I mean that. And I told him, thank you so much, man. And I was talking to him right before this fight, and he mentioned the title shot after.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. I'm happy where I'm at in my career right now. And especially Volkanovski coming off like 2 losses, me and coming off 2 losses. And after this win, being able to rematch him will be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems to be the bigger fight in the division, right? I know Mosvar Evloev has been asking for the title shot as well, and he's on a crazy win streak. But it seems like the biggest fight right now to make at 145 is you and Volkanovski. Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%. And I will be so happy to do so. It's up to wherever the UFC wants to do it. You know, I hear Volkanovski saying he wanted to do it before September.
Yeah.
I don't have any promise with doing that. My body is like almost healed after the fight, just like a couple of days after. And I'll be ready anytime to go and fight. Mm-hmm.
And Evloev has been saying that he wants his shot, right? So it kind of seems like that's the race, you and him. Do you feel like you're over him in terms of like the chances? Like how confident do you feel like you're going to get the next shot over him?
I feel pretty confident. You know, I also saw somewhere that he was going to fight one of these, Aaron Pico.
Aaron Pico, yeah.
Aaron Pico. I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't think anymore, but they did offer him the fight, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. So I don't know where is that with that, but you know, Alexander Volkanovski didn't disagree or didn't dislike the idea of fighting me.
Yeah.
You know, and as he mentioned in the interview. So now I think it's gonna be a matter of the UFC deciding what do they want to do. It's not up to me. I can say whatever I want at the end of the day, but the UFC is the one deciding. And Alexander Volkanovski, as a champion, he has like a power of negotiation or will, like when in terms of that. And let's see, I'm confident that they will give me the title shot.
Yeah. Evloev said, speaking to a colleague of mine yesterday at American Top Team, he said that if they were going to give you the title shot, that first he wanted to fight you then. Whoever is going to get the next title shot, that's who he wants to fight. If they don't give him the fight with Volkanovski, would you be open? Say Volkanovski wanted to take some time off. Would you
nobody. I want to fight Volkanovski. It doesn't matter whoever it is. I want to fight Volkanovski first. It doesn't matter. You know, the guy is good. Everybody's good in the division. There is not like conversation about it. You know, all my respects to him and to everybody. Not a problem with nobody. But the fight that I want to do, like, why would I take another fight? You know, that would be, you know, like the fight that I want is against Volkanovski, and that's the only one that I'm willing to take.
Yeah. It will obviously be a rematch. How different do you think you are now compared to when you first fought him a few years ago?
I'm way better. Way better version of myself. I'm doing things completely different right now. And I feel like confident that this time I'll be able to come out with a win.
Yeah. That'd be a really fun fight to watch. Do you feel like Volkanovski, and I know you haven't seen the fight, but he's also maybe still a very good fighter, but maybe not as good as maybe when you fought him, right? He's a little older. He's 37, I believe.
36. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know if that's the case or not, but I also believe that Volkanovski is one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
And he has shown that. You know, he has shown that for many years now, and I'm happy to face this new Volkanovski because he's also been doing some changes on his life, and you know, and I think he's motivated. You know, I think he's having a 4 kid or something like that, which congratulations brother for that. And I can wait to face him, this new version of himself.
You think he's the GOAT at 145?
I think he's a goal at 145. You know, at this moment, of course, you know, he's the title holder, and he was like the title holder for however many fights, you know. And I think, and I'll say this in an interview, and I will still say it. I think whenever he fought Ilia Topuria, it wasn't coming from like his best moment. I think he has gained more confidence after this last fight. And I want to face that guy. I want to face the stronger Volkanovski ever because I'm also going to be the best version of myself.
Yeah. And Volkanovski, a lot of people are now, especially after this one, considering him the greatest of all time. What would it mean to beat him? Because not only would it be you to finally become undisputed champion, but like a win over Volkanovski is worth a lot in the sport, right? Yeah,
it will mean a lot. It will mean a lot to me. You know, it's like I don't have to prove anything to nobody. You know, this is just like I'm not even like to myself. You know, I just like work for it.
Yeah.
You know, this is what I work for. This is what I do to be the best. You know, and that will show itself when the right time comes. And so it will mean a lot, like to me, to my family, to my country. Being able to be a part of something as huge as that, is super important, and I can wait for that to happen.
Yeah. Lastly, we've seen sort of the Mexican MMA really take off when you became interim champion, right? Jair was, Brandon was champion, Alexa was champion. It seems it's kind of picking right back up. Do you feel the momentum right now of Mexican MMA?
Yeah, I feel the momentum. Of course, we're like in that we were like wrestling for that, going back at it. And I think everybody is doing their thing. I'm doing my thing. Brandon is doing his thing. Alex is doing her thing. And everybody as Mexicans, we're doing our own thing, but also as the Mexican team, right? And I think everybody's doing great. Everybody's doing and achieving great things in the sport. And I'm pretty sure we'll be able to hold those titles back. Yeah.
Something also that was really interesting for me during fight week was that talking to you was like, you almost had like a bit of a wake-up call recently in terms of like, yeah, I'm good, I've done a lot in the sport, but I haven't lived up to my potential. Do you feel like you've underperformed? Do you feel like we haven't really seen you at 100%?
Yeah, probably like at the beginning of my career when I was doing the things properly, that I was like living the lifestyle that I supposed to be living at the moment. I was performing well and I was undefeated at some point. I was I was a hot guy as well, and all these things, and people seem to forget that super easily. You are only the hot guy until you lose your next fight. But there's always like ups and downs. Like in life, I always say this, like even like the heartbeats is like not all the time up. It's just life. I have learned a lot from my mistakes in the past, and I'm living up to my words right now. I'm doing everything proper. I'm doing everything right now. Yeah. So I can see it, in the way that I act, in the way that I speak, in the way that my body feels, the way that my body sees, and I'm just like super happy, excited. I feel blessed. I feel happy, and I'm excited for what's coming next for my life and my career.
Yeah, well, I'm excited as well as a fan. I'm sure whatever fight comes next, hopefully a title shot, it will be an exciting one. So Jair, I appreciate the time, man. I know you're here on vacation, so thank you so much, and best of luck in whatever comes next, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.